today on Monday's Morning Drive.
The Solheim Cup will stay in the hands of the U.S.
The Americans held strong on Sunday to keep the Solheim Cup in the States. We'll break down the biggest storylines and teach you lessons from the stars. It was a race to the finish at the Wyndham Championship as a handful of players fought for the last few spots in the playoffs. We'll show you the moments that saved their seasons.
Feels good to just put in that hard work, like I was saying not too long ago, and just see it pay off. It's awesome.
And on the day of the solar eclipse, we'll debate the greatest achievements ever eclipsed in golf.
He's won them all. The Grand Slam.
It's all ahead on this Monday, August 21st, 2017. Good morning, welcome inside Studio AP. Yes, it is Monday, and I will make a declarative statement. There will be more sunglasses worn today than maybe in the history of time. Gary Williams, Damon Hack, Robert Dameron, yes, Eclipse Day.
Absolutely, but don't stare directly at the sun. Make sure you have the proper sunglasses. Tell you what, we saw a lot of stars over the weekend.
Indeed,
in Des Moines, Iowa, perhaps.
Yes, we did. Some big time golf.
Absolutely.
Especially early, the first match.
Yes, fireworks, baby.
It certainly was. So what is happening now? Just that, the United States off of winning on the road. But first, before we get to that, we're going to show this again later with Jeff Shackelford because he loves viral videos. I mean, come on, really, dude? You got that? Damon, you got that?
I don't got this.
I do that out of bed in the morning.
Wow, look at that. Timing,
Off of both
athleticism.
of those plates.
Wow.
Yeah. Holding the steel, too. Didn't even get down to the grip.
I didn't think that you could continue to raise the bar on these viral videos, but that's exactly what we're seeing. Folks are imaginative, they're athletic, they're raising the bar on what's possible.
We've got to implement skydiving. That's it. I mean, what else is there?
You throw it out there, it'll happen.
That guy we do it at the end of the year. That's going to be a finalist for Video of the Year, don't you think?
I hope so. Will Shaq approve? Shaq's tough.
He is tough. We'll find out a little bit later on. You know who else was tough? That United States Solheim Cup team. You know, there's pressure when you play at home, and that's what's happening now. They got it done, and they were impressive. And credit to the European side. I mean, I don't know how many body blows you can take because there were so many birdies, so many big shots. Opening match one, Anna Nordquist. Boy, did she play valiantly. She's not 100%. Robert, here she is, par 5 fourth. She's already 3 up in the match. She's now 4 up through 4 holes. Looked like Lexi was a little nervy.
Yeah,
now Lexi 3 down, and here comes the comeback.
Looked like it was over. I kind of had hung up on this match. I was looking at the other ones, but here's where she pulls me back in.
From a buck 12.
Mm-hmm. And you start thinking, just maybe?
And Nordquist is in there tight already. So she's now all square with 3 holes to play. Lexi on the par 4 16th, birdie putt. Or pardon me, this on 15, an eagle putt.
Eagle putt, a big birdie putt. Huge swing after missing everything early. Almost a Jordan Spieth that Sunday at the Open kind of turnaround. I can't make a putt. All of a sudden, I cannot miss a putt.
That would have gone in, what?
A thimble.
There you go. All right, now, the par 4 16th. Yeah, she's pumped up. She should be. Birdie putt to win the hole.
Unbelievable. Just the chance to say that you are going 1 up after being 4 down early, really fighting and fighting back.
You know what that was doing to her teammates who are behind her, because she's the lead match, the lead thoroughbred that's out there now. Par putt, a birdie putt here on 16 to win the match.
No, incredible. To give a chance to win the match. Anna had hit it up there, almost stone dead for birdie.
Right, so Anna had made birdie. She needed to make it because she remained 1 up, and what a match. What a match by 2 brilliant players, Damon.
Passion all the way around. How about Christy Kerr and Mel Reid? You want to talk about passion and fire. Christy Kerr walking in putts from all creation. This is the par 3 17th, the short par putt, Robert, to win.
Yeah, and here are a couple players with a little bit of an edge. Mel Reid, too, and they both like to win. They both love to compete, but Christy Kerr, all that experience was a little too much for Mel.
3-0-1, the all-time U.S. points leader. Now Paula Creamer, Georgia Hall. Paula Creamer, the replacement for Jessica Korda. She's one down on the par 3 14th for birdie.
And I think this match and this whole Solheim Cup for Paula could be big. I'm going to get into that a little more later on.
How about Georgia Hall, played so well at the Rico Women's British Open, the par 4 18th. This short par putt to have the match.
Well, you know, you always hear players, well, I don't want to win this way. Baloney. Win's a win, take it. You know, people miss putts on every hole. Yeah, you'd like to win and just shut them out, you know, 8 down, but it doesn't happen all the time.
U.S. up 13-6. Paula Creamer 3-1-0. Angel Yin, age 18, an LPGA rookie against Karine Ishay. This is Angel Yin now putting for par on the 18th hole.
And that shut it down. Clinched the entire Solheim Cup. Actually, it was kind of a runaway.
And there's the celebration, 16.5 to 11.5. Angel Yin went 1-1-1, and Julie Inkster goes back-to-back as captain.
Yeah, we take a look at this final leaderboard, and again, 16.5 to 11.5, sweeping that session on Friday in the afternoon really gave them a cushion, and it was an uphill battle for Europe. But the play was absolutely brilliant on both sides. So many birdies made, and kudos certainly to the host city of Des Moines. And joining us now on the Golf Advisor phone line, senior writer here at Golf Channel, is Randall Mell, who took in the entire thing. Randall, good morning.
Good morning, Gary. Good to be with you.
Well, it's good to be with you. Let's get your initial reaction to the United States retaining the cup and the manner in which they did it.
Yeah, you know, Gary, I thought that the big storyline for the week to me, and I wrote this on golfchannel.com, was, hey, who needs a task force when Julie Inkster is available as captain? You know, the American women were under assault in Colorado after getting routed 18-10 by Europe. They had lost 2 Solheim Cups in a row. I remember Dottie Pepper was criticizing the Americans for an attitude of, quote, entitlement and being inconvenienced by the Solheim, for caring too much about hairstylists and makeup artists. And Golf Digest even weighed in saying that, you know, week to week American women were getting beaten by players from other countries who cared more about, you know, substance and style. But for me, the story this week was that Julie's changed all of that in a way no task force could. She's remade the team in her image, and she got the Americans in Germany and again in Iowa to buy into this idea of what it means to be a team and to be a teammate. She created this fun, loose, exciting atmosphere. We saw her just absolutely own the first tee, take possession of it, hugging all her players as they came out. And I think, you know, just and making it fun. So over 4 years, she has really fixed all these issues Dottie Pepper and other critics had.
Yeah, you have to wonder if she'll be back in 2019 or at some point in the future. Randall, you talk about the best storyline. What was the biggest surprise in your mind in Iowa this week?
Yeah, Damon, early in the week, I wrote that Annika Sorensen in her prime, that she didn't let fellow players get too close to her. She dominated with this sort of just cold precision. She was a bit of a loner who would distance herself from players and kind of use that to cultivate an aura of intimidation. Well, you know, I think that's right. It's true, but it didn't prove fair to how she's evolved and what we were going to see this week. And the biggest surprise to me is we saw Annika like we've never seen her before, and it was great. Not just, you know, letting the guard down, not just wearing that striking Vikings helmet and dancing with Julie on the first tee, but, you know, I'll remember Annika in the team room, or in the media room on Saturday night, the way she let her guard down, and we let us hear how she really thinks and a champion thinks, and how she handled being down more than any team, sort of this head up, chin up, and you got a sense of what she was conveying to her team, and it was very impressive. I'll always remember that, and I'll remember her locked arm in arm with her team, you know, going up the fairway at the end. That's what I'll remember more than the score about Annika's captaincy.
You know, Randall, included in your terrific coverage this past week was also a story on golfchannel.com about changes coming to the LET, the Ladies European Tour. What can you tell us?
Yeah, you know, leadership's kind of the theme of my appearance today. But, yeah, Mike Wan, the LPGA commissioner, told me that not only is he and the LPGA coming to the aid of the LET if they want it, but he's joining in a partnership with the Men's European Tour. They're going to come up with a joint plan, ideas to offer the LET if the LET is open to it and wants it, and I can't see why they wouldn't want to. He didn't detail the specifics of what they're going to offer, but, you know, this leadership thing, Mike Wan, I think he's proven himself the ability to rebuild a tour through hard economic times, and he has also proven that how he can use partnerships, what a good partner he is. And from the PGA Tour LPGA Alliance, his partnership with the PGA and the Women's PGA of America, his partnership with the USGA, and really growing girls golf. Mike is a great partner, and he's excelled with this servant leadership style. And it'll be interesting to see what the plan is that they offer the LET with the Men's European Tour.
Yeah, it is interesting. You got forward thinkers in Mike and also Keith Pelly. And, you know, Damon and I asked him that question with respect to how can you help them. Do you think it's feasible that the LPGA could take it, and you suggested it in your column, the LET kind of under their umbrella?
Yeah, that's something that Mike had talked about even a year ago. And I asked him about it, and actually your guys' interview with Mike inspired me to go back to Mike and ask him more detailed questions to follow up things I've been thinking about. Can that happen? I think Mike said he would love to see a bridge somehow where LET players can find their way to the LPGA through this new partnership, but he wasn't insisting on that it would be somehow an umbrella of the LPGA. I think he's open to creative options right now.
Okay. Very interesting. Wonderful work all week. Travel safely.
All right. Thanks for having me, guys.
You bet. Randall Mellon. Again, read that column at golfchannel.com. It's very interesting. Robert, your reaction to just the notion that they could have some type of bridge, maybe co-sanctioned events. You think it's possible?
I think it's possible, and I think it's a good step. The LPGA, I wouldn't want to call it the web.com tour to the PGA, but it's a sort of something like that. LPGA isn't really the U.S. tour. It's a worldwide tour. They play all over. So having a European ladies tour funnel onto that tour, it's a natural step. I think it's just fine. And to see Mike Wan and the European tour, let's face it, the social media, their PR is so good. Mike Wan is incredible at his job. Who else would you want trying to help you out if you're struggling? It's great.
In Keith Pelly and Mike Wan, you have two of the most forward thinkers, I think, in our game. They're great communicators. They're both optimists. And I'll tell you what, this past week for women's golf, let's not sleep on this fact. It was a banner week for the game to have the high level of golf that we had. If you're going to have changes come to the LET, what better week as an advertisement than what we saw in Iowa in terms of the fan participation, the high level of golf that we saw. It was an amazing week in Des Moines.
It was, and first of all, we said it off the top, credit to Des Moines. I mean, they really showed up in force, and credit to these women, because rarely, with all due respect, do they play in front of crowds of that size, and to perform in front of crowds like that, wow.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people can't wait for Glen Eagles in 2 years' time. For more on the Solheim Cup, let's send it down to Travis Fulton.
All right, thanks, guys. One of the stars there of the Solheim Cup, Daniel Kang, an up-and-coming player. What a season. 2017, first a major championship, and now 3-1 to help the USA win the Solheim Cup. And I want to take you back to July when she won that major championship, the KPMG Women's PGA Championship. Going into Sunday, she was struggling with her swing a little bit. Her coach, David Ledbetter, kind of scaled it down for her and got her to focus on the club face. That's very important for her to get the club face prepared so she can hit it the way that she wants. So I'm going to show you some of the things that they work on here and that you can learn at home on how to get that club face more square in the swing here. So you can see just a textbook setup here. We're going to take this halfway back and watch this club face as we go halfway back here. And I'm going to bring a line in to help the blur there of the angle of the face. See how that toe is pointing in? That yellow line is pretty much parallel to her spine angle. So many of you at home, when you take it halfway back, I see you over rotating that face. That toe will get pointing straight up to the sky like this. And for Daniel, she wants to get that toe slightly down. That club face looks about 10 o'clock. The angle of that face parallel to my spine angle. I think that's a good image and a good club face for so many of you at home. Now, if it's square here, we go to the top. Watch this. You're going to see the face looking pretty much up to the sky. That left wrist nice and flat. If it's square halfway back, we got a good chance for it to be square at the top. This is a beautiful position now to hit the golf ball from. One of the things I like about her swing, watch this as she starts it down. She pitches the shaft early. What I mean by that, she gets the club to lay down early in transition. When you do that, that club face, that toe is going to want to get a little bit more toe up. So she can't rotate the face open here and then pitch the shaft, because look at that toe. It's going to be way too open. So you got to get it square here. If it's square at the top, now you can pitch the shaft early. When you pitch the shaft early, you can turn on the burners. Watch this. She's going to rotate to impact. She is really cleared out of the way. Look at that left hip. Can't even see the left forearm. She's so rotated open. All that prepared from the club face being square going back, and then a nice shaft angle coming down, and then of course just unleashes it to a full finished position. This is a good swing. A lot of it predicated on the club face, and someone we're going to see a lot, Gary, for the years to come.
Yeah, she had a heck of a week, Travis. Wonderful stuff. What else is happening now? Well, Henrik Stenson was having kind of a so-so year by his own standards. Well, guess what? He just salvaged it by winning the Wyndham Championship, his sixth. But there were a lot of other storylines. And Robert, here on 17, how'd you like to have vacations for life?
I would love it.
Well, that's kind of what happened to Martin Flores by making a one there.
He earned his tour card next year and into the playoffs.
Exactly right.
That was a big shot.
Wow, moved up 21 spots, final round of 63. Rory Sabatini, this is what you call a roadmap. Yeah, this is from High Point to Greensboro.
You're not expecting to make this, but it went in. Again, another one of the bubble boys, another guy stepping up.
Amazing. 64, tied for fourth, 17 under, moved up 26 spots to 122. JJ Henry, right rough, 18. And this is, this is nails right here.
Absolutely. Ice cold. He knows what he's got to do. Well, he thinks he knows what he's got to do. A birdie's going to go a long way for JJ, and that is a great shot. It leaves a nervy little putt, but he rolled it in.
Yep, he started at 134. He's the bubble boy. He gets to 125. Now let's get to the leaderboard at the top. Ollie Schneider-Jans, par 4, 18th, his second.
How about this? Knowing that, I got to finish strong to really shake Stenson up, give him something to shoot for. I'll just go ahead and hit it. Oh, what's that, 9 inches?
21 under. He posts blackjack, which Damon was playing over the weekend.
Oh.
So he's putting the pressure on Henrik Stenson. Here is Stenson on the 17th.
After Ollie had made a putt actually earlier in the group in front from a very similar spot, Stenson can do it too.
Yeah, that was 3 in a row. Gets him to 22 under. Now, Robert, this is one of the most demanding holes on the PGA Tour. He had to wait a long time. Kevin Na was kind of butchering the hole. It put him on ice for a while. He makes that for par, and he wins. And his 6 PGA Tour wins, which is now the most by a Swedish player all time, passing Jesper Parnevik and Carl Peterson. Look at the scoring, 258 total for Stenson. Schneider-Jans so close to breaking through and winning for the first time. And of course, Webb Simpson has a great record around Sedgefield, Damon.
All right, G-Dub, and 4 players made it from the wrong side of the bubble to the right side. Martin Flores, fueled by that ace on 16. Rory Sabatini, a final round 64. Harold Varner III told Amanda Balionis yesterday, some of his friends said, you got to work a little harder, Harold. Well, that's what he's done the last couple of weeks. JJ Henry, of course, a former member of the United States Ryder Cup team. Robert Dameron, a lot of impressive play this weekend. How is it different, maybe the bubble boys, the way they reacted this year versus a year ago?
Well, first you got to talk about the pressure of Sunday knowing you're on the bubble. It's a terrible place to be, and there's a difference than the pressure that Ollie had and Stenson had. They're playing good. They're in control of their games. It's not really that nervy when you're leading a tournament with a few holes to go because you're playing so well. This is a different story.
Yeah.
Your whole season hasn't been that great. That's why you're on the bubble. Last year, I was looking it up. Number 126, Matt Jones, Wee Kim, Stallings, Nick Taylor, Steve Marino, Bronson Burgoon, all behind, all missed the cut.
Shut out.
126 to 132. They all missed the cut. This year, total different story. These guys stepped up and did some great things, including this.
I mean, what does this tell you? I mean, this guy's playing for his livelihood, and this is how you secure your car?
And he earned all this vacation. Had he parred the last 3, he loses his tour card, period.
Unbelievable.
He instead goes hole-in-one par, birdie, just nails.
And how about Rory Sabatini, who had really no form this season, a proud, multi-PGA Tour winner. When these things happen, I guess it's your time.
Knowing Rory, I will tell you one thing he does not lack is confidence.
For sure.
He is, and he'll tell you about it, and it is real.
Yeah.
It comes out in big times. He didn't go out there and shudder and shake and mess around. He played an incredible round of golf. Big move by Rory. It's so impressive. And you got to say that the thing when I'm looking at the sad part of this whole thing, Zach Blair, 1 point, misses the playoffs, loses his card. He made the cut and didn't even get to play yesterday.
Yeah,
Because didn't finish because of the size of the field making it. That is a bitter pill to swallow. All he needed was one.
Could have been a putt back in March.
Point. Could have been anything.
I believe that's what the FedEx Cup playoffs are all about. Got to make it or you go home. Gary, back over to you.
All right, Damon, T-Sheet, first hour here on Morning Drive on this Monday. Well, takeaways from the Solheim Cup, from the captain to her roster and the performance of those players over the course of 3 days. And also wedge play. It's so important to be good with your wedges. Those are your scoring clubs. We always get a visit from Michael Breed on Monday, and he's going to help you take advantage of those short scoring clubs in your bag. And yes, it is Eclipse Day. And it is, I know, something that is a big deal to a lot of people. I know the state of South Carolina is buzzing about it. Well, you know what? One of the greatest achievements that we think will never be eclipsed in the game of golf, and we want to know from you at GC Morning Drive. Here are the options we're giving you. Francis, we met, the improbability that he would beat the likes of Harry Vardon and Ted Ray still will rank among the greatest achievements ever. Jones, 1930 Grand Slam. Hogan got hit by a bus 18 months before he won the 1950 U.S. Open in a playoff. And then finally, Nota Begay said when he walked into Tiger's house and he noticed that all 4 major championship trophies were on the mantle, he almost passed out. That's how impressive the Tiger Slam is. We want to know from you at GC Morning Drive. And you know what else we're going to find out? How much money did Damon win on the blackjack table this weekend? D-Hack, 2 bills? That's a win.
The blackjack tables were kind. They were kind.
If you break even, that's a win.
Shining like a star.
But look at his future.